What's good, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. How y'all doing out there? There's a crisis in Shea Butter land. I couldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. Shea Butter Twitter has allegedly canceled Shea Moisture products. Now, if you're Ashy Hotep like me, some of that stuff doesn't even matter, you know what I mean? Got ash on my elbows and everything, you know what I mean? Hands dry. But for the Shea Butters and the lotion up, you know black people like to lotion up, you know what I mean? Except us Ashy Hoteps, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Shea Moisture came out with an ad, you know, and it had a, you know, I don't know, what's the word for it? Ethnically ambiguous or whatever. She had some color in her, but she was really light skinned, so I don't know what she was. You know what I mean? She was lighter than Obama, but I mean her hair was kinky. So she was in the beginning of the ad saying some stuff about people were talking about her hair and stuff like that. You know, and then a white lady was in the second part of the ad, you know, talking about her hair and how she wanted to be, I don't know, something about being blonde or didn't want or wants to be blonde or something like that. The Shea Butter saw the commercial and went berserk. Because, you know, if you're not aware that, you know, I mean, sometimes black women have been complaining about that they face discrimination due to their hair, and that's why they wear weave. I don't know, but anyway, that's what they're saying. That sometimes they face discrimination due to their hair and hairstyles. Now I know in like the service or something like that, I think they ban dreadlocks and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now stuff like the military, that's something like you can have those restrictions, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think that dreadlocks is like quote unquote, you know what I mean, ethnic, well, a hairstyle you have to have if you're black, you know what I mean? I think you can do something different. It's not an essential that you have dreadlocks. I think this dreadlock wave just is recent, you know what I mean, due to the Lil Waynes of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not like Negroes just coming out the womb having dreadlocks, you know what I'm saying? But the Shea Butters is out of control. They mad. They want to boycott Shea Moisture, which is you know what I mean, I think it was either black started or I mean it was definitely black started company, or I don't know if it's still owned. I know that I think the CEO is still black. And I think he made a partnership with somebody else. That's why people are like, they don't know what's going on. But I think it's from what I've read, what I've seen, it's still black owned, majority black owned. Now, let's go back a year ago. There was a commercial with a black woman walking down the supermarket aisles. You know, they have all the ladies' hair products in the supermarket aisles. You know, and you know, it was the beauty aisle, and then she was complaining that she couldn't go to the beauty aisle. She had to go to the ethnic aisle. I guess they had it separated, beauty and ethnic. It's two separate aisles. You know, in the ad, she pushes over the rows, and now Shea Moisture says that from now on, all their ethnic stuff is going to be in the beauty aisle and everything else. This was just a year ago, and it was a black woman in the lead of the ad. This is how shallow-minded and simple and short-sighted and forgetful the Shine is. That was just last year. Now, fast forward, they have a light-skinned girl in the first part of the ad, and a white woman in the second part of the ad. Now they want to cancel Shea Moisture because it's all about representation. Like, I can't even, you know. If you ever wonder why black people, African Americans, that is, have problems getting ahead in the world is because of this nog mindset that just reared its ugly head today with the Shea Butters boycotting Shea Moisture. To them, it's all about representation. Like I said, Negroes always want to be in the limelight. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Now, my thought, first of all, I look at the ad, I'm like, why y'all getting mad about it? Maybe Shea Moisture wants to sell some products to white folks. White folks got money too. White folks' money is green just like your money is green. So why would, if you were owner of a company and you were like, hey, you could make an ad and like you could expand your brand a little bit and make some more money, why wouldn't you do it? This is the simple-mindedness of the shine. Like, all they're doing is expanding their brand. They want to make some more shekels. So as a black person, and you see a black company, hey, saying, hey man, we can make some more money, we can sell some products to the white women, why wouldn't you support that? Y'all just mad because y'all not in the ad. Like, it's amazing to me. Then some of y'all was saying, don't buy Shea Moisture, buy Cantu products. I was reading on the timeline, one woman said Cantu is white owned. So y'all gonna boycott Shea Moisture, a black owned company, so y'all can go buy from a white owned company. This is the mindset of the African American Negro. You can't make this up. And even Tariq Nasheed, and y'all know I can't stand that shine. Tariq got me blocked on Twitter. Somebody retweeted him. I read it, and this cracked me up, man. He's like, "Well, let me get this straight. I'm paraphrasing, but this is what his tweet said. Let me get this straight. Y'all don't want to boycott the Asian-owned stores that beat up white women, because you remember the Asian boy that had the black woman in a chokehold, right? Y'all don't want to boycott companies that support Trump, and that's, I mean, he's working for the man, so he got to say something like that. But y'all will boycott a black-owned company, but Shea Moisture is the problem. It's a cold day in hell. I got to agree with Tariq Nasheed, man. And this is craziness. Like, like, this is the thing, man. Some people was like, they got more than one ad. You know what I mean? If they have an ad targeting a particular demographic, not everything has to be for you. So that means if you have a black-owned product, right, you can only make commercials featuring black folks in the commercials, because I guess your product, you can only sell your product to black folks if you have a black-owned product. Like, you can't be serious with this stuff. This is the shine, man. I can't. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Then these shines will say, oh, let the women talk about it. They use the product. Hold on. Like, I know I don't use this stuff, man. You know, I told you I'm Team Ashy all the way. But in the black America, the men use just as much product as the women. So they know what they're talking about. Y'all it's crazy, man. Y'all crazy. It's one thing that now some people were saying that since they're expanding their product line, they're changing the formula to make it work for a larger base of women, and it's not working as they used to be. So, you know what I mean? That's a valid argument. That's a valid reason not to buy something anymore, to not use anything anymore. But to not use something because in an ad, you don't think you were represented in the ad. That is the most selfish, like, greedy mindset I've ever seen in my life. And it doesn't shock me it comes from Shea Butter Twitter. They are the most selfish people in the known universe. On Twitter, at least. In the Twitterverse. Let me just rephrase it. In the Twitterverse. Like, they're so selfish that they think all the ads have to be about them and this, that, and the third. It's crazy. Like, black folks should be happy that you see a black entrepreneur, you know what I mean, sell his products, expand his products, and sell it to other ethnicities till he can make some more money. We should be happy. I know I'm happy. I'm like, hey man, getting all that money, getting all the bread. You see what I'm saying? No, not to the African American Negro. You know what I mean? This is the thing. The Asian. Let's look in the African American neighborhoods. The Arab and the Asian and the Hispanics own all the corner stores. All those corner store owners don't just sell to their own ethnicity. The Arabs just don't sell to Arabs. The Asians just don't sell to Asians. The Hispanics just don't sell to Hispanics. Mexicans might just only sell, but they won't turn down no money though. I'll tell you that right now. But you know what I'm saying? They sell the majority to you nignogs. You see what I'm saying? So why won't you? I'm laughing because it doesn't even make sense. Like, why would the Shine only want to sell their products to their own people, and when there's money available to be made? If your product is so good, even white folks want to use it for their hair. You know what I mean? It won't even, and y'all and the one thing y'all complain about, they're changing the texture of the product. Like, who's to say they won't make a product specifically for other women's ethnicities' hair? You see what I'm saying? This is the mindset of the nog. And y'all gonna sit there and try to mess this money up. Y'all gonna try to mess Shea Moisture's money up, and then you'll run the Cantu and buy their products. You can't make this up. Like, it's crazy to me. Y'all so worried about your hair and stuff like that, man. Listen, I want to take it back to the 60s, man. You know, the Black Panthers, you know, one of the reasons the females in the group wore their afros because they were rejecting the European standard of beauty, and they wanted to wear their hair natural, so they wore it in a natural afro. That was one of the primary reasons they wore the afro, is because they were rejecting the European standard of beauty. Here, fast forward to 2017, y'all try to make your hair look as European as possible. That you need all these chemicals and all these products, you know what I mean, and look at y'all. Mad because they have women with different texture of hair in a Shea Moisture product, and y'all mad because the man trying to expand his business, make some more money. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. It's shocking to me. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Tyler Perry. He made he built his empire off the backs. Well, not off the backs, off the fandom of his Medea series, and they were particularly tailored to African Americans' culture. You know what I mean? Specifically black women. So now I don't know the name of the show. He made a new show. It's the primarily white cast. You know what I mean? I think they might have one black woman in there or something like that. But it's a primarily white cast. It's on television. And you know what? The Nignogs wanted to boycott him for that. They were mad at that because he made a show that primarily had white people in it. Now let's look at the facts. How many TV shows were made in the 60s and 70s that were primarily black, were produced by white folks? Y'all didn't have a problem with the white folks directing y'all TV show back then. Y'all had no problem with it. But let a black man do it. Black woman, whatever. Y'all get upset about it. See how the black Americans try to put they want to put themselves in their own box, and when somebody tries to leave that box, they get upset. They try to shut them down. They try to mess their money up. This is the life of being African American in America. You know what I mean? I sometimes I envy the Africans and the some of the island Negroes that come over here, because they don't have this same mindset. Imagine having to live with these people that have this particular mindset. This is the most loser mentality I've ever seen in my life. And people are legit about it. Like, you argue about it, they'll call you a coon and all this other craziness, when they're dead wrong. Everybody looking at y'all like, is y'all crazy? He wants to make some more money, so what does he do? He expands his product for other people to use. He markets his product for other people. And you don't know what he could do. He could expand his product, make some more money, then hire some more black folks to work for his company. Here you shines go, hey, we're using Shea Moisture anymore. They're canceled. That's another buzzword. I can't believe I left off my 5 buzzwords they need to stop using. Canceled is another one. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, man. Seriously, Shea Butter. Retract your statements and rethink your position about quote-unquote canceling Shea Moisture, because you're really looking like Knox right about now. Just stop the madness, please. Anyway, this is Uncle Hotep. If you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, I greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at Handy Mayhem and Uncle Hotep. And also, I have a podcast out, episode 53. All right, peace.